So I get to this door. It's funny, I never thought that word would have such a big impact in my vocabulary, but I get to this door, and I knock, and someone opens the door, but I don't see anybody. So I'm like looking around to see like what opened the door, a little freaked out. And then something says hi, and I was like, what? And I look down, and there's this little girl there. And right away I see her, and she hugs my leg. And I was like, trying to shake her off. And I was like, hi, how are you doing? She's like, hi, how are you? And so I say, oh, what's your name? And she says, oh, my name is Allison. And I was like, hi, Allison, is your mom or dad here? Someone I can talk to? So she goes out and she brings her bigger sister and her 2 older brothers. And we're there and we're talking, but as I'm trying to talk to the older girl, my supervisor Heidi was with me. This little girl, Allison, kept bugging me, or she kept insisting that I pay attention to her. And so Heidi takes on the role of trying to canvas the older person or talk to the older girl. And I kneel down and I talk to her, and I'm like, hey, how are you doing, Allison? Are you having fun this summer? And she says, yeah. And I was like, why do you say it like that? And her older brother tells me she doesn't have many friends. And I was like, it's kind of messed up. But he said it in a way where he wasn't making fun of her. He was just kind of like stating the facts. And I said, why don't you have any friends? And she says, oh, it's because I have 2 moms. And people don't like that about me. So I look at her and I'm like, oh, what do you mean? And she's like, well, my dad was taking care of us, but he's recently passed away. And we were passed on to our uncle, but he passed away as well. And so as I looked at this little girl, she was still very happy. She was very smiling. She kept talking to me, like telling me, hey, can you come over to my house and play? Or can I go over to your house and play? And I was like, no, I live a little bit far or whatever, and I can't stay for long. Finally, we finished talking to the older girl, and we start leaving. And as I leave, she gives me a big hug. And she tells me, you're my friend, Willie, and I'm gonna miss you so much. And I was like, whoa, this little girl doesn't even know me. And I felt really touched by that. And as we were leaving, I felt something different in my heart for this little girl. And her brother had told Heidi that she's a little mentally challenged. And that's why a lot of friends make fun of her. And so finally, they didn't have any money, so we couldn't leave them a book. But I really wanted to leave this girl with a book. So after a few houses, I tried to get enough donations. So I went back and I knocked on the door again, and right away she opened it. She's like, Willie, I missed you so much. Like, how are you? And I had only been gone like 5 minutes. So I kneel down and I tell her, this is for you. And she's really excited to see the book. But there's something weird about it. She's like, what is it? What is it? So her sister tells me that she's blind and she can't see. And that broke my heart, because throughout that point in the summer, I kept complaining to the Lord, complaining to God, oh Lord, why this, why that? Why this with my family? Why that with myself? Why am I going through such hardships? Oh Father, this and that. Yet, this little girl had no father, no friends, no sight. She was mentally challenged, yet she chose to love. Yet she chose to embrace a complete stranger like me. I knelt down and I told her, thank you, Allison. She gave me a huge hug and she said, I love you. Willie, I love you. And as I walked away from there, I broke down, because she taught me what it meant to love unconditionally. Even though there's so many barriers in her way, she made a decision to love other people. And that was a powerful rebuke and blessing towards me. And that was just a wonderful thing that I saw this summer.